everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Mattel DC 6-inch core basic premier John Stewart Green Lantern. This guy is part of Wave 2. I got him from Big Bad Toy Store. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see the top, DC Green Lantern, John Stewart. There's the barcode by Mattel. Here he is in the package. I can see some accessories behind him. The back, we have John Stewart posed up, rest of Wave 2, and his barcode. So no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that I got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He comes with a bunch of different construct pieces. Looks like a couple of construct weapons and armor pieces, which is pretty cool and useful. Before we load all that, let's talk about this figure. So, this is John Stewart Green Lantern. He's one of the human Green Lanterns assigned to Earth. I'd say the most popular Green Lantern is Hal Jordan, and John Stewart is probably a close second. Let's take a closer look. Now, starting with his head sculpt, I think it looks great. For the price point, his head sculpt is excellent. Look at the hair, look at the line, kind of shaved on the sides. Stern look, a good sculpt, good paint job to match. As we go further down, he's in a more or less traditional Green Lantern outfit. Green black with a green logo right smack dab on the chest. You can see the sculpted muscles on his body. I'm guessing it's the same base body as Hal Jordan, but we'll check that out shortly. Single jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Little hole in the back in case you want to add a backpack or something for the other figures, although it'll probably accommodate his armor. So far, so good. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which I think looks excellent. And I also wanted to take a closer look at the power ring on his hand, which is not just simply painted on, but actually sculpted on as well. Now let's check out his accessories. And it kind of reminds me of the old Playmates Ninja Turtle accessories I would get. They'd always be attached to these little plastic things like this, and you'd snap them out. Now the accessories are fairly basic, but not nearly as basic as some of those old school toys. They actually work okay for the figures. Everything here is cast in semi-transparent green plastic, so it looks like energy or a construct. We have some guns, different armor pieces, and I think it's pretty cool. You get quite a bit of bang for your buck with these figures. So, here are all of his accessories. We have two different sort of guns or blasters, and it looks like they're going to have to snap together. Then you have his armor, which is also going to snap together on his chest and his back, and then a couple of gloves. Here's John Stewart wearing that armor. As you can see on the front, it's got that Green Lantern logo on there, and it's a lot smaller on the back. And here, with a giant glove on, it's like he's going to do a big Green Lantern super punch. Here are his guns or blasters. When snapped together, they look like this. Kind of look like sort of sci-fi, futuristic type guns, but these are just simply constructs. Sort of pretend guns that actually work. They're both cast in semi-transparent plastic, and really catch that sort of Green Lantern effect. Here's a Green Lantern holding the larger of the two guns, and then holding onto the smaller version. Another accessory that's for John Stewart but doesn't come with John Stewart, this comes with the Jokerized Batman, is the Jokerized sort of face mask. Now once again, it's cast in semi-transparent, it's got purple around the eyes, green eyes, and it looks pretty cool. You sort of snap that on top of his face, and voila, you have a Jokerized John Stewart. Here's John Stewart wearing that mask. It definitely kind of looks weird. Doesn't really give me a Jokerized Green Lantern vibe, just kind of a weird Rorschach-y type vibe. Here's a look at all of the Mattel Jokerized figures, with the Jokerized Batman leading the pack. Now, this has been sort of a gimmick or theme for Waves 1 and 2. I don't really anticipate this going on to Wave 3, but who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it will go on for the entire line. It's just kind of a cool little extra thing, because you're not really paying extra for it. It's just a little pack-in. Now to look at the reuse differences and similarities between John Stewart Green Lantern and Hal Jordan Green Lantern. So, heads are different. I do believe the neck, torso area is the same. The arms are the same, of course. He's got these gloves here, which are sculpted. I guess so are his. I don't know, they look a little different. I don't think it's just a color. I feel like John Stewart's arms are a little thinner in that area. But maybe his arms are just not rotated the same. Looks like diaper piece is definitely the same. I can see the same sort of sculpted line there, and the legs and boots appear to be the same as well. So I kind of expected that. These would be the pretty much the same figure with different heads, different paint jobs, and you know, it works. I don't really have a problem with the reuse here. Hopefully the premium figures are a little more distinct, but I think this works fine for the basic figures. And I betcha we're going to get this color change how Jordan releases a single release in the near future. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.6 inches tall, which can translate to just under 17 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, you're going to rotate side to side. He can look up a very good amount, down very nice as well. He can't tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a single jointed elbow, goes in a little bit more than 90 degrees, and has rotation. His wrists can rotate, and they're hinged as well. Torso is one solid piece, traditional waist swivel. Legs on ball joints will peg with balls, complete as splits. Forward about that far, back not much. He's got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and a boot cut. The biggest omissions would be double jointed elbows and an ab crunch. But let's also not forget, this is a basic, pretty cheap figure, and I think he has quite a bit of good looking articulation considering the price point. Here's a look at Jon Stewart, hovering in the city skies. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. And a closer look at Jon Stewart in the evening skies. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Mattel Green Lantern and Jon Stewart figures. So, as we saw before, here's the Mattel 6-inch core Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan Green Lantern figures. Here he is, next to the Mattel DC Multiverse Jon Stewart Green Lantern. This was a multiverse figure, which was Mattel's sort of premium figures from, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago. And to tell you the truth, this basic Jon Stewart is a much better figure than this Mattel premium multiverse version. So, that being the case, gives me really high hopes for the upcoming premium figures. Fingers crossed. And here, with a couple of older Mattel DC Universe Classics Green Lanterns, Hal Jordan and Sinestro. Here he is, next to a 5-inch Jakks-Pacific DC crossover Sonic the Hedgehog Jon Stewart. Then, next to the NECA Jon Stewart figure, here he is, next to a couple of McFarlane DC Multiverse Jon Stewart figures. And just cuz, here's McFarlane's entire Green Lantern collection. Hell of a lot of figures at this point. Now let's check him out next to some other Mattel DC Core 6-inch figures. Here he is, next to the rest of Wave 2. Superman, Jon Stewart, Stealth Suit Batman, and Jokerized Batman. And here he is with Wave 1. Batman, Robin, the Flash, and the Joker. Now we don't know who else in Wave 3, but I'm pretty sure Deathstroke's going to be one of them because he's the only other figure that we've seen that hasn't been released so far. And I'm really eager to see what's coming up soon. Hopefully San Diego Comic-Con will show us. And here are all the Jokerized varieties. I do wonder if they're going to continue this theme with Wave 3. We'll know soon. Then, with the black and red Robin that came with the motorcycle. And now, with the Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Hal Jordan 3-pack. Next, with the Batman vs. Clayface 2-pack. Here he is with Batman in the mech suit and Superman. These guys are part of the action feature Talking subline. So here would be Mattel's 6-inch core Justice League so far. We have the Flash, Batman, Superman, and a couple of Green Lanterns. I'm definitely curious to know who is next out of the roster. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Mattel DC figure, they are typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figures I collect, and then work my way larger. But first, let's check him out with some of his Mattel brothers. In front of you, here he is with some older Mattel 6-inch DC figures. And now, with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures and some SH Figure Arts action figures. Here's Green Lantern, next to a can of green soda. And here he is with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and NECA figures. Next, with some DC Direct and McFarlane toys. And finally, with some Diamond Select toys and Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. So overall, I think it's a great Jon Stewart figure. I kind of like the shininess of the green parts of his outfit, and the black parts look a little more sort of dull. It might just be because of colors, but it works out good. I think the face and head sculpt is excellent. Articulation, it could be a little better, but you got to keep reminding yourself this figure is $12.99. It's a $13 figure, and it's decked with accessories. It looks good. It looks better than the $20 figure from 8 or 10 years ago by Mattel. So they've really done a great job with this basic line so far. Can't wait to see what's next, and I can't wait to see the premium line. If I were to rate this figure as is, looking at him, I want to give him like a solid 7 out of 10. But if you take the price into consideration, he's damn near worth a 9. The value is just unprecedented with these guys. Yes, the accessories are kind of basic and crappy, but you get so many of them for such a cheap price, and the figures look good. The head sculpts are really nice on these basic figures. So, the future doesn't look too dim. Mattel will never dethrone McFarlane for me, but I'll find a lot of joy in collecting these guys. So, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.